Welcome to Security Check. This is just a part of the Meta Check podcast. This is the Magnamon Rant. Enjoy. We maybe have a few things about Magnamon X specifically, outside of just BT16 meta and predictions.
Yeah, Magnamon X is like, well, you love the Digimon itself. Like, you love Magnamon and Armors and Magnamon X.
I love the deck. I love that it will be good and really playable, and probably, like, until it gets restricted, it will be playable. But, like, I don't enjoy the design of the card. It's bad design, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And in many people's opinion. I don't want it to get restricted. I would like to have the Apocalypse treatment before it went to one. Like, just restrict the cards around it.
Yeah, it's like the card is so pushed in its design, and I think we shouldn't print effect that just says this Digimon isn't affected by your opponent's effects.
At least, like, if it can proc it multiple times.
Yeah, it can be unaffected by one turn or something, or like you need to do something like super specific and super setup heavy stuff to get your immune Digimon or something like that. But this card that just randomly gets immune, then it's immune again, and then it's immune again, and you can proc the immunity yourself, and like...
Yeah, Magnamon X would be, like, okay-ish if its protection was like, it can't be removed from your battlefield, but with deletion, because it has armor form. Like, make it use it.
Yeah.
It never needs to use it, because it will never leave the play, probably.
It will only, and that is one of the other problems of the card, because it has armor purge. It's like, even if your opponent gets to remove it in quotation marks, remove it from the field with like deletion, it just purges, and then there's Magnamon under it, and you can go to another Magnamon X and it's immune again.
Yeah, you need to remove it 3 times before it's fully gone, and that's a lot.
Yeah, and it's like, because it's like immune to most of things, you cannot remove it with like any hard removal on the immunity turn. You need to run over it.
Yeah.
And even if you run over it, it has armor purge, so it's still alive and it's still immune. So you need to run over it again.
Yeah.
And it's still immune after that. And then you need to run over it once again to get actually rid of the stack.
Yeah,
so
you
that's
need to
like
swing into it 3 times.
Yeah.
And that's like more than even Wargreymon can do, so...
Yeah, so you can ride twice with Wargreymon.
Yeah.
So you get rid of the Magnamon X, and then like if there's Magnamon under it, you get... Of course there's these different things that like if it's evolved from a Zurumon Ace or something, then it changes things, but like if it's like Demi-Veemon into Magnamon X,
yeah,
you're like, this thing has so much protection at that
then
point.
it's just problematic.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to, and like, you can use the Heaven's Judgments in the deck, you can use the Blinding Rays in the deck. Like, both of those cards should be like illegal to play with Magnamon X. And like, in my opinion, you should restrict Heaven's Judgment, because we are going to see much 3-colored cards in the future. In BT18 we already saw 2 3-colored cards, and both can use Heaven's Judgment.
Yeah, Heaven's Judgment is like, it's instantly what, minus
24k.
24k to the, it's like, and it's 4 times 6. It's not 24 to 1 Digimon. It's
you can add the minuses however you want.
Yeah, it's minus 6,000 4 times to any target you want.
Yeah, that's...
And it gives Magnamon X, like, at the same time, it's the biggest and baddest blocker / attacker in the game, and it has one of the best removals in the game.
Yeah, like, Heaven's Judgment was a really good card when it was revealed in EX4, but the tri-colored card makes it broken. It probably should be banned, like, as a whole.
They probably thought that like Magnamon X will get get countered by like
Tyrants and Wargreymons and Aces, yeah.
I guess. But it's like because we have the Blinding Ray or stuff like that.
Yeah, you can play around those so easily. And like even if you play the yellow vaccine version, you just proc your Patamon or your TKs or Salamons.
Yeah.
And you are immune. You can play the Neuramon or Kyarmon, the Salamon egg from BT15.
Yeah, that gives jamming.
No.
That
trashes one card on top of your security to gain one memory.
Ah, that one. Yeah, true.
You can play egg for Magnamon X.
So it's like they should have made it so that you cannot proc it from your own security. It should be when a security card is removed from your opponent's security stack, you get the effect.
Or it should be when this card checks your opponent's security, activate one of its Digivolution effects.
And maybe we're like talking like hyping the card up too much, kind of.
But this is how it feels.
Yeah, this is how it feels. And the big thing is like, even if Magnamon X is not like this meta-breaking absolute juggernaut in like top tier, like tier 1 gaming, the biggest thing is that this will absolutely demolish all like even a little bit casualer or like tier 2 decks.
Yeah.
They will get absolutely Koopa stomped by this card.
One thing that like really helps the meta is that in BT17 we are going to see the Ancient Garurumon deck, and it plays the old Koji that gives your opponent or gives you the ability to not be blocked.
Yeah.
So like in BT17 I've watched East's videos. He does the meta reports, and like the biggest deck in there is the most winning deck is the blue-yellow hybrid. Not Magna, but the Ancient Garurumon. And that's really nice to see. People are finding ways to beat Magnamon, and then it will maybe not be that big of a problem anymore. But like, it's still a rogue killer.
Yeah, and it's like, I think one of our friends saw like a Reddit post or something that was talking about how Magnamon X is good for the metagame because now these tier 2 decks don't have this delusion that they can win games. And I was like, why would you want to like kill like half or like 75% of all the decks out of the game? Like the tier 2 decks, even if they have chances to win, they're still the underdogs all the time, and you need to like pilot them well and find these good matchups and find the ability to win, and then you print out this card that just says nah.
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah.
You need to have like this super specific tier 2 deck that either goes like super big or like super wide.
Yeah.
And otherwise you need to find these like strange, like I need to play Sakuyamon with pause plugin P and then something like that for some reason.
Yeah. But we will see how Bandai will treat Magnamon X. It does not feel as problematic as Apocalypse did.
Yeah, because Apocalypse didn't need to play the game, basically. And it's like, of course, maybe the problem gets like a little bit less as we get more and more like level 6 and level 7 ace cards.
Yeah, the level 7 aces will help.
Yeah, because some of the level 7 aces can just like straight up kill Magnamon X when it attacks or something like that. So you don't get these like free attacks off so easily, and you need to think about a little bit what kind of ace your opponent can play. And as we get more level 6 and level 7 aces, there are way more and more things the aces can do to mitigate the point where Magnamon X attacks.
Yeah.
So it's like, because if Magnamon X uses like their own effect to proc the immunity, that is almost a win for you because it means the Magnamon is attacking only once.
Yeah.
So it slows the game down and gives you ability to do something.
So maybe like Magnamon X is the problem, but it will be problem just for this 1 or 2 metas, because like EX6 won't fix it, but BT17 gives us answers to it.
Yeah, but it's again the like, is it just like if the deck is still super good, it's still Goopa Stomps like decks that are not like equipped to deal with a Digimon that can be like 90% of the times immune to your effects. Yeah. Because Digimon is still a game with minimal interaction on your opponent's turn. So you need like these super specific things, and it's like, okay, maybe, well, of course card games you have these matchups that are bad, but I would like the matchups to be bad because the other deck is doing something that is bad for my deck, or like it maybe like, okay, I'm against a blue deck with an on deletion heavy deck and they bounce stuff. Yeah. Okay, that's a bad matchup. But I don't want the bad matchup to be because my opponent's Digimon evolved and it is immune, and then
I can't interact with it.
Yeah, because I literally cannot interact with the opponent's deck. That is not a healthy way of being like underdog or a bad matchup. It's a bad matchup because the opponent exists.
Yeah, and that's not good.
Yeah. And not completely a Magnamon thing, but I'm actually pretty sad. I really like Rapidmon X. This is a little bit of sidetrack here in the end of this. I really like Rapidmon X and its design, and like I like how they made that card because it feels fair, kind of balanced, but it still has super powerful effects. And then
it feels as a secret rare.
Yeah, and then it's overshadowed by Magnamon because if you play Armor Vaccine, you still play Magnamon and it's your best card, and even if you play Rapidmon X, the Magnamon is still your best card, and like it's your finisher and your game winner and stuff like that. So the Rapidmon X kind of gets overshadowed, even if it's a really cool card with cool effects and interesting things you can do with it. So that's also one of my like gripes, because the Rapidmon X, well, you can play it in the Rapidmon deck, whatever we want to call it, but I still don't think that deck is that good. Although Mega Gargomon Ace can evolve on top of Rapidmon X.
Yeah,
let's remember that.
But like, it's a great card and it has its place in its own deck, but like it's better with Magnamon X.
Yeah, I would have wanted to see like Rapidmon Armor, or like Vaccine Armor, where the Rapidmon X is the centerpiece ender, like the boss monster of the deck. But basically now it's like they are both there in the deck, and Rapidmon X is a good support for the Magnamon X.
Yeah,
and that's sad.
It's the aggression piece.
Yeah, that's sad to me.
Yeah. But
was that enough Magnamon X rant?
Yeah, it probably was. Almost 15 minutes.
But please do tell us, what do you think about Magnamon X? Do you think we are overblowing this problem? How do you feel about the card? I would like to see, like, do come and like try to defend Magnamon X and how it's done. Like, are we tunnel visioning on something, or like, how do you feel about it? I still think that card is like top 5 worst designs in the game as a card. Like, the Digimon itself is fine, like Digimon and its art style.
Yeah, but the like card design.
Yeah, card design wise, this is like my top 5 or even like top 3 worst designs, because it's just, this is basically a toxic design.
Yeah.
Because it brings, it takes off interaction from a game that had already minimal interaction.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I'm done with Magnamon X. For now, at least.
And this is the end of the video. Thanks for listening. If you want to listen more, there's the whole MetaCheck podcast. It's the last video on the channel. Thank you for listening. We will see you at the next video. Bye!